Hello. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. It's time for coffee and cards. Hello. I am Kate Bolt, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK with another coffee and cards. Happy Tuesday to you. I will just wait a moment and see if anybody hops on and joins me this morning. Do let me know if you are here. I would love to know. Good morning, Jen. Lovely of you to be with me, not to have me. Hope you're okay, my lovely. Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you're here and you're joining me for, Coffee and Cards Live. So I'm holding my camera right now, so I am sorry if there's a little bit of a shake. I'm going to turn it around in a moment and we'll do some crafting. I just thought I'd change up my setup a little bit with my tripod just to reduce the shadow, so hence I'm holding it just to begin with. Lovely of you all to join me. I'm so glad you're with me live. It does brighten up my Tuesday morning crafting with you. I have a horrible cold, so I do apologise. It is only a cold. I know that for definite. Yeah, my lovely husband was very kind enough to share it with me. So I apologise for my my cold brain today. You're in Milton Keynes having your car serviced, Jen. Oh, I'm glad you could watch us a little bit. If you don't get it and see it all, then maybe catch it up on replay. But well done for getting the jobs done. Oh, morning, Helen. Morning, everybody. I have a coffee. It is coffee and cars, after all. I have a coffee my lovely husband brought me. Good morning, Karen. Lovely of you to join me. Thank you, Helen. Helen and I had a lovely morning yesterday. We went out for a brunch and I had to take the dog out to have his groom, and Helen joined me and we had a lovely brunch. It was so nice. The life of a Stampin' Up demonstrator is rather nice. Right, let me show you, ladies, the stamp set we're going to be using today. You might have guessed from the title what it is. It's a Christmas one. It's called Happy Holidays. Oh, I do have the lurgy. Oh, Wendy, are you sending it this way, the lurgy, or is I don't know. Never mind, we'll all get through it, won't we? It's just a bit of a cold. It's just a bit miserable. So it's got lots of lovely Christmas sentiments on it. When I turn the camera around, I'll show it you a little bit better and you can have a lovely look at that. Yes, it's a lovely set, Helen. It's really nice. I loved the image of the robin. I was really drawn to that. It's a proper British looking robin or European robin. So I thought I would have a go at it. I've had it in my stash a little while and I thought it was about time I did some colouring in, made the robin look robin-y and made a Christmas card. So we'll have a go. Right, I am going to turn the camera around because I have arm ache. And I'm sure you just want to get crafting or see what I'm making. So here we go. Hang on to your hats, ladies. Here we go. Let's see how we get on here with this. Let's pop my glasses on so I can actually see what we're doing. Right, I've got new lights above me, but it's actually causing quite a lot of flicker, isn't it? Hold on there. I'm not sure. It is causing quite a fair bit of flicker, isn't it? There we go. Right. Can you see a flicker? I can. It's quite bad. Let's just turn that light on. That makes it worse. Turn my lights off then. That's better. Right, we're going with daylight from the window then. That's fine. Much nicer than all that flicker and glare. Okay, we have the Happy Holidays stamp set. It's beautiful. It's definitely a Christmas stamp. We are getting in the middle of October, and if we want to make our handmade cards for Christmas, we need to start really. And this one's beautiful. It's got this gorgeous robin and a holly. It's got some nice sentiments. So good old-fashioned Happy Christmas in a nice font. Noel. We've got sharing the promise of the season. We've got for you, which is always useful. You can put that on tags as well. Christmas blessings to you and yours, and wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. I like that one. That would be so nice inside the card. So it's nice how you've got them 4 on the front of the card and inside. Okay, we're going to have a bit of fun with it. So let's start off with, which one are we going to start off with? I've just got two to show you. I've been playing around. So let's have a look. Let's move the stamp set. I've got a piece of Whisper basic work card. And I have got an old olive card base. So my card base is A4, scored in half at 10.5 centimetres, cut in half at 14.8 centimetres. Rightio, that's my card base. And I've got a layer, which is, hang on, is that the layer I want? I think so. It's 14.3 centimetres by 10, so just half centimetre smaller. And then I've got a piece in this lovely, beautiful Christmassy red. This is Cherry Cobbler, and I've just made it the same length, so it's 14.3 centimetres, and I've made it 7 centimetres across. Okay. And then I've got some more pieces here. Now I'll show you what I've got. I've cut out a circle in the same colour cardstock, the old olive, and I've cut out a rectangle in crumb cake, in this kind of light brown crumb cake. And the reason I've got all these pieces here is because I'm following a sketch. Have any of you ever followed a card sketch? Do let me know. I'm just going to have a quick drink of my coffee. We have a card sketch in our wider team's Facebook group at the moment. We have creative challenges quite a lot to play along with if we want to, and it's great because you can see what everybody makes with the same kind of idea, and yet they're all so different, and it gives you loads of inspiration. So I thought I'd have a go with the sketch this time, and I'll share the sketch in the blog post with the finished card over on my blog at inkstampshare.ink. In scrapbooking, Helen, it's exactly the same because a card is just kind of a mini version of a scrapbook. Your focal point would have been your photo, I suppose. This is just, would be your card topper. You still have your journaling, so you'll have your sentiment, and it's just all brought down mini, I suppose. Morning, Hilary. So yeah, a sketch challenge is pretty much the same, probably a bit simpler because it's smaller. Excuse me. You can find a ton of them on Pinterest or the internet. And if you're ever stuck with your card making and you don't know what to create or you've lost your mojo, grab a sketch. It's a great starting point to jump off from. And the great thing about a sketch is, say your sketch had elements that were these shapes, you could do it exactly the same, or you could change them. So it's just an idea. So this circle here, you can make it into a heart or a star or some other shape. It doesn't have to be the circle. And this could be different. This could just be a stamped line of something or a ribbon. Do you get what I mean? So it's just a general idea. The other thing you can do is you can turn your sketch just like you do in scrapbooking. So if your sentiment was going to go down here, I would probably turn this 2 in some way, but you get the general idea, and you could turn it around to any orientation that you want. So just a jumping off point. But I'm going to do it as the sketch is, so that then I'm going to enter it into the team challenge just for the fun of it, because I love to play along. It's great fun. All right, so these are the main elements of that sketch, and I wondered what I could do with it with this stamp set. So okay, this is where we're going to start. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on my red piece to begin with. Now, I did think this might be nice with some dry embossing, but I didn't really have an embossing folder that I felt went well with what I wanted to do. I had one with flowers all over. I had one with Christmas trees all over, which sounds right, but it just wasn't. So I thought I would stamp on it. But I don't want it to be the focal point of my card. So I'm going to stamp in the same colour ink as the card to give a kind of watermark effect. So I'm going to take my, stiff this one, Cherry Cobbler ink, and I'm going to take the little holly stamp that's in the stamp set. All right, and I'm just going to stamp all over this panel, just random. Turn your holly around so it doesn't look, it looks very natural. You want it to look, don't want it to look too weird and contrived. So make sure you're stamping off the sides. Like that. The good thing about these holly leaves is they all kind of interlock with each other, so you can kind of do this and they won't overlap. So that's that one. And I've stamped that in Cherry Cobbler, which is kind of dark, but it is the same colour as the cardstock, and it will fade. When the ink dries, it will be quite a lot lighter. Okay, so that's my starting off point. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my spare piece. This is like half a sheet of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to use it for all the rest of my stamping. Okay, so I've got the beautiful Robin, and I'm going to stamp him. And I'm going to stamp him in Memento Black, which is just here, which is a nice, good black ink. And I'm going to colour him in with my alcohol blends. And so using Memento means that I can use the alcohol blends nicely with it, and it won't muddy that black ink up. Right, and I'm going to cut him out in a minute, so I'm going to just do him on the side. Okay, so we've got him there. And I'm going to bring back, I'm going to clean off that holly stamp. I'm going to try and clean off that holly stamp. I think my stamping scrub needs a wash. You can just wash them under the hot tap. Right, okay, so I'm going to stamp that also a couple of times in black, like so. So that's that done. Then we're going to do some colouring in. Now this is the fun part. I had so much fun with this Robin, trying to get him to look like a robin. And I actually looked up images on the internet, because we all think we know what a robin looks like, don't we? And then you actually look at the colours that's in a bird, and they're like, wow, I didn't realise there were all those different colours in a bird to make it look right. Excuse me. But also I didn't want to make it too complicated, so I picked out a few of my alcohol blend pens to colour this Robin in. I have got a bronze. I have got the light and dark in Crumb Cake, so those are the browns. I've got real red in light. I have got, funnily enough, I've got some light pumpkin pie. I've got a little bit of light and dark smoky slate. And I think that might be him for our Robin. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I colour him in. I'm sure if you experiment with this stamp, you'll find loads of different colours you can colour him in, but this is what I've done and I thought worked okay. So I'm going to start off with this very dark brown. It's called a bronze, and I'm just going to outline the top of the Robin along here, and just the bits at the end of his tail feathers, like that. And you can see where the shading is on his wing. I'm just going to go over that, like there, just a little bit here and there, nothing too much. And that's about it for the bronze. And then just to blend in, I'm going in with a dark Crumb Cake. And all I'm doing is little circular motions over the top. As you can see, I'm not an expert colourer, and I'm just blending in. I go right over the top of that bronze, and it will show through, but it just blends in those harsh lines like that, so there's no lines in between the different colours. Okay, next in is the light Crumb Cake here, so you see there's quite a difference in that. So just colour it in like that. And it will all work out in the end. So where the lines of the different colour is, just blend it together. And then your line will disappear. Hooray. You have a robin-y coloured robin. I had a robin in the garden this morning, a very small one, which inspired me to play with a robin stamp set. Beautiful he was, on the bird feeder. And we do tend to get them other times of the year, but it really is coming up to robin season, isn't it? So there we have him. You could do him a bit darker on the top if you wanted to, so just bring in that It's very relaxing colouring in, Helen. You're absolutely right. You could bring your dark one in again if you wanted it a little bit darker. Pull it down a little bit. And then just keep blending with the lightest colour so it all blends in. Like that. Now, this is the interesting bit, I thought, was that when we think about a robin having a red breast, his red breast is red, but it's not that bright pillar box red, is it? So I found that if I go in with my light pumpkin pie, which looks very weird, I haven't lost my marbles, I promise. It's just going to draw, when I go over it in the red, it's just going to draw some of that harsh redness away. I'll go all the way around, like that. I'm going to bring a little bit of light grey around his eye as well. Because if you look at a robin on the internet, they have like a grey area around the red. Okay, and then is this the light real red? This is going to be his tummy, and we're going to go for it over the top of the morning Hazel, over the top of the pumpkin pie. You can see if I colour here, that's quite red, but if you can see if I colour over the pumpkin, kind of takes away some of that red, some of the glare. Careful around his eye, but we are going to go over it again with a different colour. We're going to go over it with that light crumb cake again, which is a brown, but it really takes some of this harsh redness away. Very weird, but you will see. It blends that grey area in. There we go. And you can see the red is really muted, but it's definitely poking through quite well. Okay, now his beak, I thought, oh, that'll be a nice bronze colour. Well, I coloured him in. I've done one before. I coloured him in brown, and it just didn't look right. So I checked the colour, and it should really be a grey. So I'm going to go in with my grey just along here. I might put a little bit more red on his tummy as well. And I'm just going to put a little bit of light grey there. And his beak is like a grey colour. I'll just put a little bit more red. Just so I don't go too overboard with that crumb cake there. There we are, that's him. Okay, so we've got our bird. Now we do need some legs, don't we? So legs, light crumb cake legs, like so. And he's done. Now I have used Old Olive cardstock in this, so I'm going to colour my holly in with Old Olive blend pens. So I'm going to use a little bit of dark to start off with. Just a little bit all over, it doesn't really matter. You're just going to give some texture to your leaves. A bit of depth. Like so. Good morning, Claire. And then you're going to go in with a light Old Olive. Just blend those in together. Just by colouring over the top, it'll blend very nicely for you. And you have your holly already done. So there we have it. Okay, so I can colour these in, but I've made a couple already, so you don't have to sit and watch me colouring it in. If you go outside the lines, don't be too worried. I'm going to cut these out. So that's not the end of the world. If you're cutting them out, it doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to go in with some red. What have I got? Dark real red. And I think we'll go for light real red. That other one was a different red. Right, okay. We're going to go in to the berries. Yes, I remember drawing hollies like that at Christmas time, Helen. I definitely do. I still can. Mine were always very strange looking. Kind of like... That's very weird. But I did all the time. Oh. Yeah, not artistic, would you believe? I'm fine as long as somebody draws the stamp for me. Somebody designs a stamp that I can stamp. So I've got my holly now. This is the fun bit. Oh, actually, I'm going to stamp something else as well. So we have got a sentiment. We've got lots of sentiments in this set, and I'm going to use the Noel because it's nice and big and I really like it. And I am going to use that same red to tie it all together. I'm going to use cherry cobbler ink. Okay. Yes, those. Okay, so I've got Noel. Doesn't that stamp beautifully? And I just want to sing the first Noel. But one, you would hate to hear me singing. And two, certainly not with a cold. Right, I'm going to cut out the bird. Now, I did do one in advance and I did do it ready. However, so you wouldn't have to watch me cutting it out. However, I didn't like the way I coloured in his eye. I coloured in his eye black. He looks soulless. So we can't have a creepy Robin. I'm sorry. So he's going on the scrap heap. Sorry, Robin. And we're just going to cut this one out. So I advise you to leave the centre of his eye so it looks like the light is just gleaming off it. I looked at that on Google as well. What Robin's eyes look... Well, I didn't look at what Robin's eyes looked like. I looked at the Robin that I searched up, if that makes sense. Oh, oh dear. Brain doesn't function when you have a cold, does it? Here we go. So yeah, this is a sketch, and you can use them as any kind of jumping off point for your card making. Do you like a sketch sometimes? And if you want to make cards like this, I mean, if you can easily just stamp this Robin and colour him in and put the whole panel on your card. Excuse me. So you don't need to actually cut him out at all. He would look beautiful, stamped and coloured. But you can cut him out like this. But either way, once you've stamped out a few of these, you can sit and therapeutically colour them in and make a whole stack of really pretty Christmas cards, Robin Christmas cards. I've got an idea for putting him on a wreath. Like you'd have, I don't know, if he was sitting on a wreath. Now this is the tricky part. If you're not very great with the snips, I would suggest you stamping him rather than cutting him out, because I'm going to cut through his feet, do a little bit of surgery, and I'm going to go up through the middle of his legs, like that. Oh, Hazel, I'm really sorry that you've got COVID. I hope you're okay. That's just absolutely miserable. I'm very lucky that I've just got a cold at the moment. Sorry to hear you had to self-isolate as well, obviously. And I hope you get some crafting done if you're feeling well. If you're feeling miserable, just cuddle up with a duvet. And don't do anything at all. Yeah, so just cut out his little feet. They're actually not that bad. It's not like sometimes you want to cut out a leaf or something. That's really hard. Right, okay, let's get rid of all those little bits of paper. We've cut our robin out. And let's start assembling our card. All right. So I've got my piece, my white panel on the front. Let's take that off. Ah, you're knitting a cardigan, Hazel. That's very therapeutic. What colour knitting are you doing? I'm sure we've got a few knitters in our crafty group because, to be fair, if you do one craft, you very often do another one. Right, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this panel and I'm going to glue it on. Oh, come on out. Pop it in the middle. So, yeah, just like a scrapbook page, Helen. You've now got a long piece down the centre of your layout, if you like. I'm then going to pop this one on here. And I just did this one to match this one. And I did this one in a neutral because I'd used a lot of crumb cake in the robin. This one's going to go on here. I'm just going to decide how it's going to go. And our robin's going to go on here like this. Okay, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is glue down my old olive circle. Fire Glow, Purple's Golden Cream, your wool, nice autumnal colours. That sounds lovely. I'm crocheting a blanket at the moment. Well, I say I'm crocheting a blanket. I'm actually only picking it up every few weeks. I haven't picked it up in ages, but it's lovely and therapeutic to do sometimes. Just for a change. I do like it. Right, let's pop that on there. And that on there. Just to see how it goes. Now, I stamped my Noel. Okay, in exactly the same way as I cut out my robin. Oh, I'm glad you've had a light bulb moment, Helen. We love a light bulb moment. I need some of those. But yeah, definitely if you think about a scrapbook layout, it's just a mini version almost. So I cut out the Noel. Now you could easily, if you don't like that idea, you could easily just stamp it on another rectangle of white and bring the rectangle of white across here with your stamped Noel on it, okay? You do not have to fussy cut it out like I did. I just did because I like doing it. But if it's not your thing, because lots of people love it and lots of people hate it, you can just stamp it as it is. Right, but that's going to go on here like so. And then I also, you're going to love me today, I cut out the holly with my snips as well. And these are going to go on here like that. So let's piece this together then. Right, now I know where my robin's going. So that's now stuck down. So I'm going to put my robin on here. And I'm going to stick my robin flat. Okay, just make sure I've got it where I want it. I can bring his feet over the top because I haven't put any glue under his feet, but you can pop it over if you want. It doesn't really matter that way. I think I might put it over the top. No, I'm going to bring it underneath. And then I'm going to glue that down. I could have raised this circle up on dimensionals. That would have looked nice as well. So I'm going to glue this, I think I'll do it that way, this piece down. Oh, that would be great, Hazel. Please do post a photo. We'd love to see it. Hazel, I have a group called Inkstampshare Your Craft, and do join it because it would be lovely to see your creations. It's for any kind of craft. Just, yeah, I'd love to see your cardigan or even just your wool. Definitely pop it in there because we'd love to see it. Right, okay, so that's going to go on that. I'm going to just round that a little bit. That's it. I want to sing the first Noel. Who's excited for Christmas this year? Honestly, I know we've not had Halloween. I know we've not had October over. I am excited. I think because last year was just so meh, wasn't it? Everyone was stuck. Everything was looking bleak. I think it's just so nice to think that we can actually celebrate Christmas this year. It will be so lovely. So I'm a bit excited. And I think I'll grab some dimensional foam pads. Oh, have I got any out? Oh, I think I'm getting to the end. I've got lots of little strips of dimensionals, but they all need using. I've got some mini ones here. Now, these mini ones usually come in the kits. They always give you way too many, which is great because they last forever. The kits are fabulous, by the way. I did a blog post yesterday morning about showing the You Are My Anchor card kit and also the 2 new Christmas card kits. So have a look at my blog post over on Inkstampshare.ink and you can have a look at those. They're gorgeous. But the great thing about the kits is that you get everything in there that you need to make all the cards, including the ink, including a stamp set, including even an acrylic block to make all your cards. So a lot of those things you can keep and use afterwards, use them again. And they're an amazing price point. I've ordered the new tag one, the Santa tag kit. It looks incredible. I love the look of it. So I've ordered that one. Just deciding which way to put my holly. I think it's going to go in that way. Love it. Yeah, so I'm excited for the kit. We've also got that nice Christmas whimsy card kit. Perfect for getting it ahead with your Christmas cards. If you're a bit not sure what to make. Right, okay. So there we go. I'll make sure my Noel is flat. Okay, here we go. Let's stick it down. So here's our card, and this is going to be using the sketch. So as I say, I will post a picture of the sketch so you can see where, so you can see where it came from on my page. Do excuse me. There we are, just a little robin hanging out with some holly. Let's just make sure that's straight. That's straight. Okay, so we just need to stamp the inside. So I've got a piece of cardstock for inside. It's going to go in here. I am going to stamp. What sentiment am I going to stamp? I'm going to put Christmas. Oh, wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. Look, I've only taken out those ones. So it's got to be this big one, hasn't it? If you need to see how you put the stickers on your stamps, I'll show you. So you take your stamp out of the set, take the backing paper off, because there's always a piece of that on there, and then you've just got the foam. Okay, and then you need to work out which way up your stamp is, and this is the sentiment here, wishing you health and happiness. And if you go on the back, it's in half. So take one half off, line it up, and I know it says health here, so the shape fits, so just pop it over the top like that. These won't come off. Once you've stuck them on, if they go on a bit wrong, they won't come off. They'll pull off the rubber. So try and be as accurate as you can when you put them on. It really isn't the end of the world if they're a bit skew-if, because you can still see what you're stamping. Okay. Wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. There we go. Whoops, sorry. Oh, I nearly stood on the dog. It's all right, mate. Oh. Okay, so I think we are going to put that in more red inside. I haven't stamped with this one yet. Normally I try my stamps out before I go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to do it on the other side because I've done it skew-if. Now, is that the way I've stuck the sticker on? No, I think I just did it skew-if, so that's all right. That's why there are two sides to every piece of card. That's the whole point. Okay, so we've got that. We have that one. Okay, and now what you can do, we are sticking this in, so we can put some holly inside. So we can do it off the side like that. Maybe one up here like that. And then maybe, I like things in threes, so I'll probably bring it in like that. And then I'm not going to make you sit and watch me colour those holly in, but later on I'm going to go back and I'm going to colour in those holly in the same colours as I did on the front. So, and if you colour in, you'll see it will bleed through the back of the cardstock, as you can see. So having a layer is the way forward if you're going to use blend pens, those alcohol markers. So I will do that a little bit later. I will colour that and pop it on my blog for today's. I don't know if any of you follow my blog, inkstampshare.ink, but I'm doing #blogtober, which is quite a challenge, to be fair. Which means I'm blogging for every single day of the month. So I have blog posts up until today for every day. Yeah, so if you want some crafty inspiration, do pop over and follow my Blogtober. There we go. Oh, one thing I forgot for the front of this card is I thought I'd add in a little of the twine. I need a dot behind there, don't I, to stop it flapping. I wonder if I've got another dimensional. A little bit of not baker's twine, a little bit of linen thread. I'm going to pop on this one just to give it a bit more texture. Let's pop that right under there so you can't see it. Oh, that's better. It's not going to be wild anymore. Let's get a little bow. I'm not sure about the linen thread, but we'll give it a go. Let's see what we end up with. I love linen thread, but I'm not sure it's going to work. So a little bow. Like that. Let's just cut it off. I'll pop it in here, like that. I've got gluey fingers. Grab some glue dots. Oh, they're huge glue dots. Oh, I think I left my other little glue dots in the other room. But that's all right. We'll just go with what we've got in here, which are huge ones. I don't even know where I got these from. They're massive. Just cut a bit off, because that's just massive. Okay. Way too big. Just pop it behind the holly. I'll go and grab my little glue dots, I think, later, and make sure I've got those to hand. Don't like the big ones. They're great for scrapbooking, but I don't like them for little projects because they're massive. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit of those ends. I want them quite long, but not that long. There we go. That's our Robin card. Using the sketch that's in my wider Facebook, oh sorry, words won't work. My wider team, we have a Facebook group, and this is the sketch challenge that we've got in there at the moment. So that's using that. So if you ever want to get inspired, use a sketch. And that's my little Robin card. Using the Happy Holidays stamp set. So I thought I'd finish up with another card, but a little more simple. Not using a sketch though, just try and bring it out of my head. So I thought we'd use some more muted colours. That one was all in reds and greens, proper traditional kind of Christmassy colours. This one, let's have a look. I've brought in crumb cake for my card base. I brought in a little bit of the new soft succulent for a layer. And then let me check what I've got here. I've got one for the front. That doesn't look the right size. That looks the right size for the front. And then this one should be that's for stamping on. Ooh, have I cut this the wrong size? Yeah, I'm going to use that to stamp on and make sure this is the right size for my layer inside. Unless I put it somewhere else. That's probably what I've done. And that's the right size that way. Oh, hang on. That's the right size that way. Oh, it's the right size because my cold brain isn't working. It's exactly the right size already. It's because I've got this one a ½ centimetre smaller because it's a second layer. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so we've got our layers. But I've got this piece for stamping on. So I'm going to bring in Sahara Sand. This is a great colour for stamping outlined images, would you believe? It's a nice muted colour. It's not anywhere near as harsh as a black. I'm just going to clean off my robin on my Stampin' Scrub. Good morning, Jo. How are you, my lovely? How are you? You've been helping out at the COVID centre, at the vaccination centre, I see. You're an absolute star, you are. Right, make sure it's clean. Okay, I'm going to stamp the robin in Sahara Sand. And this kind of makes the lines, the outlines, much less harsh, much, why won't my words work? Much less visible. So here we go, we're going to stamp him here, like that. Okay, so as you can see, that's a much less harsh robin. Okay. Now, I'm going to colour him in exactly the same way as I coloured the last one in. I've already done one. I've started doing him here. It's a very similar bird. What have I done with the other one? In fact, he is similar. Maybe I've used a little bit more brown on that one. I might just put some more brown in. But so you can see that the black is quite pronounced. It's less pronounced on this one. So I've already coloured him in and I've already started cutting him out. So I think that what I'm going to do is decide where he's going to go on my card before I do any more. Okay, so let's take this one away. All right, so colour your bird in the same way and cut him out, which is what I've already done. And then I'm going to stamp him again. I'm going to stamp him behind because I'm not going to cut his feet out. Just going to bring him kind of to this side, I think. Where am I going to? Yeah, about there. This one's in my head. I haven't practiced this one. Okay, and he's going to go on here. And then the other thing I'm going to do is bring in that holly stamp again. But I'm not going to stamp that one in black this time either. I don't think. I'm going to stamp it also in Sahara Sand, just to make a really muted. I'm going to stamp. I'm going to stamp underneath. Like so. Let's see where he's going. On his holly branch. Actually, I am going to cut his feet out. Let's just stamp another holly on there. That means I can cut his feet out, but we don't mind that. Okay, so this is me thinking on the go. So I'm going to continue to cut his feet out like I did before. And you'll see why. I was going to chop them off and just place him on there so you could see his feet. So if you want to do that and you don't want to cut his feet out, don't stamp your holly on there. But I want to. He's going to be sitting on the holly branch. Let's just cut that off. Oh, I can feel that glue dot stuck on my snips. Excuse me. So put that one out. Come on. You've all gone very quiet. Be interesting to know what you think, whether you think the robin looks better stamped in black or in Sahara sand colour, in that muted colour. Could really do with cleaning that off. Cut out his little feet. Good morning, Kay. Yeah, glue dots all over my snips. Not making it easy to cut. Should have just got my mini glue dots out instead of chopping up a huge one. That's the advantage of the little ones. There we go. Pretty much done. There we are. So we've got our robin, and he's going to go on here. Okay, cool. So next thing's next is to, I might just chop that bit. Is to colour in the leaves, and I thought I'd go for a different colour. So I wanted the soft succulent colour to match the cardstock. So I've got my Stampin' Right marker. This is different to the blend pens. It's an ordinary, like a watercolour marker, like a general brush tip end marker. So you've got brush tip and you have got the fine point. Ah, Carol, morning. So you're doing the ironing. Do you want to come and do mine, actually? I hardly do much ironing. I only iron if I have to. The Sahara sand is quite nice, isn't it? Sahara sand is great for watercolouring too. So if you do it on watercolour paper and you watercolour, you end up with this called almost like no-line watercolouring. Depending on the colours you're using, it looks amazing. So sorry if my head is in the shot, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to colour in these. So this is one of the in colours, and you can buy these markers. You can buy the sets of in colours in a pack of 5, which is really good value. And you can buy the colour families each in a separate set as well. Or you can buy the whole Stampin' Up colour palette in them in one big case, and that's called Many Marvellous Markers. Because they are many and marvellous. I'm not sure if we need to colour that one because the robin's going over the top of it. But hey ho, here we are. We're getting there. I love this robin. I'm going to find different ways to use him. Wouldn't it be pretty on some tags? Christmas tags. You could put them with any stamp set you've got that's Christmassy for different sentiments as well. Okay, so we've got our holly. We'll go for some. As you can see, it doesn't bleed through in the same way. Yeah, what is ironing? It makes it better when you're watching me. Thank you. Let's grab the red. So that was Poppy Parade. I'm not sure if I want. See, I'll bring the markers in, and you can see they're in this big case full of all the different colours. Some of them are in there. Some of them I've taken out. Some of them I got in my storage. But that one's Poppy Parade. That one is Real Red. And that one is Cherry Cobbler. So the same colours as we were using in these ones. They're just a different kind of pen. I'm thinking real red. Let's go for that. I think this one is Poppy Parade, and that might just be a bit too orange. Oh, it's starting to run out. I need to refill it. It's starting to, sorry, it might be a bit too orangey. So I think I'm going to go with a real red. Oh, yeah. So brush tip, I'm going to fill in most of the image, and then I'm going to go around with a fine tip just to make sure I don't go over the lines. So these are nice. They're not blending pens. They're like colouring pens, colouring in pens. But they are fabulous. There we are. I'll just go around. Like that. If you press really hard, if you saturate the paper, I am sure they would bleed through eventually. We'll see. So yeah, a little tiny bit there, but hardly anything. Okay, so where's our Robin? Let's pop him on the top. Oh, he looks so cute, doesn't he? I think I might stick him up on foam pads. But let's have a look at how it's coming together. It's coming together like this. He's sitting on his branch. And then we could do with the sentiment. I think I might just put it across the top here. Let's see, what should we have? Happy Christmas? I think we'll just have Happy Christmas. Haven't used that one either. Or we could put it across here. But I feel like we have all this empty space to use, so I think we're going to go with that. Happy Christmas. And we'll put the sticker on it. The dog's decided it's time to get up and have a wander about. I'm going to take them both off. So there we go, we've got our sticker on again. I'll give her a block. And where are all my blocks disappeared to? They're about here. Right, let's just use this one because it's to hand. And I'm going to stamp on it. I'm going to try stamping with it. And I'm going to use it on my grid, on my scrap paper, just to see how it works. Now, I'm not convinced, so let's stamp it on here. Morning, Martina. Pop it on here. Oh, that looks so nice, doesn't it? Happy Christmas. Do I stamp it straight down? Or shall I add it separately? I think I'm going to stamp it straight on. Yeah, let's go for it. I might add a piece of holly. I might actually add some 3D holly because I like to do a bit of cutting out. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I've already decided. I'm going to stamp it straight in the middle and I'm going to add some more holly. So we're going to have Happy Christmas here, like that. We're going to add our robin in. I'm going to stick him down. I'm not going to raise him up. Maybe I will. Yeah, I'm going to raise him up. Let's find some more sticky foam pads. Are you looking for Ralphie? Ralphie can hear my husband moving about in the kitchen. And he thinks it's his lunchtime too, because, yeah, you can imagine. He thinks he might be after a nice thing that might come his way. He's a bit of a chancer, chancing his arm. All right, so there's our robin. Right, let's grab this again and stamp this a few more times. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm then going to grab some more white and I'm going to do a couple I could have done. Right, I'm going to stamp some of this in white. I'm going to do a couple, where will my words work today? I'll use this piece. I'm going to do a couple and cut them out and pop it on. And that's our robin. So a fair bit of colouring in, so I need to be quite quick with this now. So we could be here all day. So we want this colour. Soft succulent we're at. Love this colour. Evening evergreen would look nice. I just wanted something really light and soft for this card. There we are. I have no idea what the time is. I have no idea if we've gone way over time or not. So we have a lovely holly leaf. Oh, excuse me, Alfie, that's not polite. No. It's probably somebody trying to post something. You can take more time over your colouring in than I am. Right, there we are. That'll all dry and it will fade in nicely. Okay, so we've got our holly. We can add some here. I think I want 3 of these and they're going to get put on the front. So who's made of Christmas cards yet? I think I've asked you this before, but who watching live today or even on replay, let me know. Have you started your Christmas crafting? It's a fab time of the year. It kind of gets you in the Christmas spirit really early, but without like, you know, it's not like when you go to the shops and you see them pushing all this Christmas stuff at you, is it? It's not like you have to buy your Christmas crackers in October. It's just like so nice and fun just to get in that little Christmas spirit and get something that you're going to give to somebody made ready. And there's no last minute panic then as well. So if you make a Christmas card make a couple of Christmas cards a week for months on end, you'll be done. But the best way to do it, I think, is just find a design you like and make a lot of one. Batch make them. If you get tired of it, you can just try another one and batch make a few of those. Batch making is always quicker than making lots of different designs. Okay, right, now a red one. They almost look like holly berries with mistletoe leaves while they're bare, don't they? No? Sorry, I meant they almost look like mistletoe berries with holly leaves whilst they're white. When your words don't work. Brain's not functioning. There we are. We are almost there with this card. You'll be very pleased to know. There we go. That pop of red is so pretty, isn't it? Oh, have a go, Helen. Oh, have you made a few cards, Hilary? Have you? Brilliant. Do share with me what you've made. I love to see what everybody makes. I am going to have to clean this glue off these, otherwise I can't use them. Where's my others? I've got another pair here. Let me just grab those. Off you go then, Alfie. Go and see what Dad's got. He's after something. He thinks if he goes out there and looks at Dad, looks at my husband, he's going to get a snack. To be fair, he's probably right. My husband's a softy with him. But then we all are a bit, really. He had a haircut yesterday. Oh, he's so proud of himself. He struts about. Look at me. Honestly, having a dog is sometimes like having a child. Not quite the same, obviously. But you get my drift. It sounds like easier. They don't talk back and they don't leave dinner plates everywhere. Wouldn't swap it for the world. Right, we're nearly there. I would have cut this all out in advance, but I really only had it in my head and I wasn't going to put extra holly on it. So, best laid plans. Sometimes it's nice just to go with the flow. Here we go. Has anybody got any nice plans for the rest of today? It's a bit dull and overcast here, but it's not sunny Buckinghamshire today. It's overcast, but it looks quite mild. Right, okay, we have one. They're going to go on here. If you have a holly punch, we've got a nice holly punch. I think we even got a, we definitely have a nice die set with holly in this time. That would be beautiful. You could definitely do that. And that would make your life slightly easier if you wanted to raise the holly up like this. I like to leave a little white border around mine when I'm cutting it out. It just seems to finish it off a little bit. But it's just your own preference. Almost there now, guys. Yeah, so my tip if you want to cut out like this is sharp snips like these, and you move the card instead of the scissors. And there's one left to do. And then it's a matter of assembly. Sorry if I'm boring you. I did not expect to be colouring and cutting for this long today, but we're nearly done. I'm very excited about my next card class. I have a card class using the Stitched Snowflakes bundle. The Merry Snowflakes bundle is beautiful. I have a card class on at the end of the month. It's on my website, inkstampshare.ink. You can find details also on my Facebook page. But on my website, if you click the October card class button, you'll find out all the details. Now, if you live in the UK, but you don't live close enough to come in person, or you couldn't make it on the day, then just have it online. I'm offering it as an online kit class in the post as well as an in-person event for the same price. So yeah, take a look, you might fancy it. Right, okay, here we go. Let's do a bit of assembly now we've done it. We've got a robin, he's already stuck there. We're going to pop some holly here, I think. Where else are we going to put it? We're going to put some behind him. I want to say, bring it up kind of around here. And I want a piece. I don't really like his legs. So I kind of want to do something with his legs. But it looks a bit weird. But that's fine. And I think we're going to bring one here. Here. All right, let's get some dimensionals. Ah, yeah, I suppose you can just have it on in the background when someone's like colouring or cutting. I like to sometimes have people chatting away on YouTube in the background when I'm doing other things. All right, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. They all look the same, so I think I'm going to pop one there. I'm going to pop one behind him, which kind of fills in that empty space. And these are going up on foam, sticky foam pads. Don't want to cover up the happy though, do we? I'm not a perfectionist at all. I do get annoyed if things are slightly wrong. Happy. And then I'm going to put the other one down here. I might move it about. But for now, this is where we're at. Happy Christmas. Okay, let's grab that piece of cardstock and see where it leaves us. Let's grab the glue. Right. Lots of Tombow. You probably don't need that much Tombow. There we go. Let's pop that on there. Happy Christmas. And then we're going to put it on the crumb cake layer right here. Some people like Happy Christmas instead of Merry Christmas, so that's quite a nice sentiment there that we've got. Happy Christmas. And then we can put a piece of baker's twine in. I think I'll add that one on. I'm not sure where. Might come back and add that one on afterwards with one of my proper glue dots. And we're going to add that in somewhere down here, like down here. Yeah, I'm going to add that one down here. And that is almost going to finish our card. I'm going to just put the inside in. Now, we need a sentiment for the inside, and I really like that one that we used before. And I stamped it in red, so I think I'll stamp it this time in the succulent colour to match the card. Make sure it's clean. Soft succulent. Here we go. Stamp it straight. There we are. That's that lovely pretty green colour. And as I did before, I'm going to stamp some of these holly leaves on the inside. I'm not going to colour them now. I will come back and colour those in later on. And I will post the finished card on my blog. And you can see what it looks like coloured in. There we go. Wishing your family health and happiness throughout the coming year. There we are. So I will finish it off completely and you will see it on my blog this afternoon. But I hope you like it. I'm still not quite sure about him, but I think I like him. So that's that one. We used the Sahara sand for stamping. We did a lot of fussy cutting there. We stamped a robin and coloured him in. And this is my original one using the sketch challenge. And I cut the Noel out and just fussy cut some of those holly. Did a little bit of stamping on the background here, so you can see. And I am also going to colour in the holly inside. So this robin was stamped in black, and this one was stamped in Sahara sand. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me use the Happy Holidays stamp set. It's got some great sentiments in it. I really love it. Thank you very much this morning. If you are watching me live, thank you so much for sticking with me. It's been a long one, hasn't it? But thanks for your patience. And if you're watching me on replay, please tell me if you're watching me on replay. Just say watching on replay or watching from the future in the comments. I would love to know. And which one you like the best. I'd like to know if you like the black robin or the Sahara robin. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching me on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. And if you like this stamp set or any of the products I've used, they are available in my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net or over on my blog at inkstampshare.ink. I will see you on Thursday evening. Swapped it. For some paper crafting live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel at Inkstampshare. Thank you, ladies. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. I hope it's kind to you. Take care. Bye-bye.